If you don't know something about somebody you dating, ask. Stop trying to Google them or trying to find out stuff. And if they tell you right now, it ain't necessarily none of your business, maybe you should just leave it alone. Everything ain't your business all the time about everybody. Every detail of their personal life when you first meet is not your business. It takes time and years to get to know somebody that way sometimes. Please allow the process to be the process and don't try to just dive in, because what you can do is end up putting your foot in your mouth and looking real stupid at the end of the day for saying something, making a comment about something you don't even know. So again, allow a relationship to progress, allow a person to tell you in their own time. Don't go digging, because you never know what you might find. And then honestly, there's two sides to every story, so don't just sit there trying to Google people all the time, because Google wrong most of the time. Come on, man, talk to the person you with. Stop all that foolishness, man.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It is me, Lex, and I would absolutely love it if you guys could like, share, comment, subscribe. Definitely boost the videos. I want to give such a big thank you to everybody who has liked, commented, been supportive. Like, you guys have honestly been the absolute best, and I really appreciate and definitely love all of you guys. Thank you so much. So, today's video is going to be part of a new series that I would love to do on this channel. It is going to be called Pop Culture Tea or Pop Culture Tea Chats with Legs, but I think that's going to be too long for the title. So, we're probably going to just call it Tea with Legs. But just know in this series, we're going to be talking all about pop culture. Probably will also expand to social media things. Some things I'll obviously, like social media wise, I do like to do deep dive reactions. I will say I do have a Risa Tisa like deeper dive coming out, because I did do one recently. So actually, if you haven't seen that video, I would love if you could go to my page and check it out. I do have a Risa Tisa parts like 1 through 5 I had watched at the time or something like that. So you can check that video out if you want. But yes, I would love for this series to encompass celebrity news, pop culture news, just things that aren't going to fit into reality TV. And I would love if you guys could show this some support. I know a lot of you guys here are here from the Love is Blind reviews, and I love Love is Blind. It's amazing, but I think this pop culture stuff is really also amazing, and I want this to be a focal part of the channel as well. So I would love if you could show some love to this video if you like it. It's the first one, so we might be a little rusty, but I hope you stick with me. So the first thing that I would like to talk about today is Beyonce, okay? Beyonce, Giselle, Knowles Carter, except we gonna take that Carter off, because baby, I don't like that man. But Beyonce, we gonna talk about Beyonce and country music, because this is baffling to me that Beyonce, a woman from Texas, is getting so much heat for making country music. If you are living under a rock, Beyonce released two singles, 16 Carriages and Texas Hold'em, and I feel like everybody loves it. The community, we've been standing by her. We're like, girl, we gonna follow you on the country music train. We already had daddy lessons from Lemonade, which is what's so shocking to me. It's like, we had daddy lessons. Like, that song is a country song. Y'all could play the games if you want to, but that song is legitimately a country song. So, very in shock, very confused at people being so astonished. And Dolly Parton even released a statement. Dolly Parton was literally like, I love the song Beyonce. I can't wait to hear the full album. And some of these palm colored country fans, they were not feeling it. They were talking about how Dolly Parton is licking Beyonce's boots. And I'm like, how are you guys saying that a woman from Houston, Texas cannot make country music? Beyonce has already dabbled in. Y'all didn't want to hear it the first time, but she's already dabbled in. This is what y'all did to Lil Nas X when Old Town Road came out. Y'all didn't want to call that a country song until Billy Ray Cyrus was featured. Then that song hit the country charts and the #1 charts for that matter. And I just feel like it's the same thing with Beyonce, where it's like, y'all realize country music was originated by black people, right? Darius Rucker. I ain't gonna pretend like I know all of the black country artists, but country is derivative of blues, of, you know, folk music. And who was doing those kind of music back in the day? It was black folks. Okay. It was black folks. So it's crazy that, kind of like rock, country has also been co opted by palm colored folks. And now all of a sudden it's like you're ousting us from the very genres that we created, which is crazy to me. My other take on this as well is that music has changed. I feel like music has changed a lot in the past years, where genres kind of bleed into each other all the time. Y'all will be the same people that will call Taylor Swift country music when you could argue that all she's really ever made is pop music, but have a problem with Beyonce making a country song. And I'm not gonna say country, it's just country. Music has changed. I think the lines between musical genres is not as cut and dry as it used to be. So to me, it's very odd that people are so puzzled that Beyonce could be making country music. Anywho, I'm very excited for the Beyonce country album. Okay, if she tours for Act 2, I'll be in them seats. Okay, I went to the Renaissance tour, and that was phenomenal. Best concert of my entire life. And I will definitely be in part 2, girl, no matter what. And y'all, justice for Beyonce. Leave that girl alone. Leave that lady alone. Okay, let her make her bops, her country hits, and I'll be right there with her. So let's move on to Kelly Rowland. So basically, if you've been on the internet lately, there was this news article going around that Kelly Rowland, quote unquote, stormed out of the Today Show. That was what everyone said, that she got angry and she abandoned Hoda Kotb in that 10 a.m. slot. And it was because of a dressing room, supposedly. Now, new records and, well, let me say records, new reports have come out. And I actually want to read you guys the report. This is from therap.com. I'm not going to read it all, but basically, this report says Kelly Rowland's dramatic walk-off from Today on Thursday was in response to Savannah Guthrie's questions about Beyonce, not the size of her dressing room. The Wrap has learned. Last week, the singer and actress abruptly left the morning news show set, with initial reports finding that Rowland was reacting to her dressing room not being up to par, leaving host Hoda Kotb to scramble for a last-minute co-anchor. Rita Ora, who had been booked as a guest, stepped up as co-host at the last minute. However, an individual with knowledge of the situation told The Wrap that Kelly was offended that Savannah repeatedly and aggressively asked her about Beyonce, which was the real reason behind the walk-off. The story was spun that Kelly didn't like her dressing room, but she has been on the Today Show numerous times. She and her team know the dressing room setup. That would not come as a surprise at all, the individual said. Kelly was upset about Savannah's aggressive questioning about Beyonce. She and her team were not happy and felt disrespected. I feel like we know this already, that all of the members of Destiny's Child always are getting constantly pestered, constantly questioned, constantly asked about Beyonce. Imagine you are somebody who has your own career. She was there because of the movie that she's in. You're promoting your own movie, and all the hosts want to ask you is business about Beyonce. It's just so disrespectful. And y'all don't do that to other celebrities, I feel like. I feel like other celebrities aren't being constantly asked the way that a lot of black women celebrities are being asked about other people. Like, imagine how that feels knowing you have your own work coming out. And I feel like this has been very, very common with Kelly Rowland specifically, because Kelly has her own career. Her own career. She is a name. She is known in the industry. She's not just a Destiny's Child member. She is actually known in the industry. And I think Kelly is notoriously known for constantly being questioned about Beyonce, having to field questions about Beyonce. Like, why are you asking that lady's business? And then you want to be wondering why she's storming out. And I'm sorry, but it doesn't help that a palm colored woman is pestering a black woman about another black woman aggressively. Why do you feel entitled to her telling you about your fave? If you love Beyonce, you call her up and you bring her to the Today Show to do an interview with y'all, if it's that serious. In the Thursday interview, Guthrie asked, "What do you think about your friend Beyonce?" prior to Rowland's exit. Rowland, who is a member of girl group Destiny's Child with the Texas Hold'em singer, replied, "I'm so proud of her." Guthrie persevered, asking, "I know you were surprised, and what do you think about it?" Referring to Beyonce's new country project, Act 2. "I'm so proud of her," Rowland repeated. "So happy for her." Again, what answer do you want? What information is this woman looking for from her? She told y'all, "I'm happy for her. I'm proud of her." What do you want her to say? This is my problem. I hate the fact that black women are baited like this. The baiting of black women is insane to me. Y'all bait the heck out of black women and then be surprised when we're like, "I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to have these conversations with you." Rowland has an agreement ahead of interviews that she won't be asked about Beyonce and Destiny's Child, according to the individual. She wants to leave that behind. Notably, Today does not typically agree to interview topics being off limits ahead of time. Okay. And as she should. And as she should. She should absolutely say that Beyonce and Destiny's Child topics are off limits, as all the members of Destiny's Child should. Because don't be questioning people about that. No one should have to live in someone else's spotlight. And as I said, Kelly Rowland is extremely successful in her own right. Kelly Rowland is a very famous and well known name. And she should not have to deal with that. I love Beyonce down, but I do not believe that Kelly Rowland should be having to live in Beyonce's shadow. And if the Today Show is not going to agree to what she asked for, then why the heck would she not storm out? I gave y'all my stipulations and I'm standing on business. And if y'all gonna act up, I'm out. As she should have stormed out. And by the way, I don't like that language that we always using for black women, storming out, mad. Like, just all this language is always implying that black women are mad, angry, causing a scene. She ain't do that. She did not cause no scene. She ain't cuss nobody out. And everybody's using this language. Kelly Rowland stormed out. Stop it. Stop it. Hey, yeah, stop that. I don't like that. So, you know, my whole thing is this. I 100% respect any member of Destiny's Child that is like, "I'm not going to sit here and listen to questions every day about Beyonce." And y'all not going to get Beyonce um info out of me. Remember when the tour was going on and everybody was talking about how Beyonce should bring the members of Destiny's Child out, and everybody was asking for during the Renaissance tour, asking all of them, "Are you coming out? Are you a part of it? Is she gonna bring you on tour?" Like, all this different stuff, and it's like, leave them ladies alone. Leave them alone. Like, this is crazy to me. I understand why people do that. But again, it just goes to show the level of entitlement and disrespect that people have for others. So I'll put that there. Let's go on. Part 3, Risa Teesa and Legion updates.
Okay. If you got a significant other, and I don't care what y'all been talking about, whatever. Hell, I ain't put it out there. I ain't even got an argument with my significant other this morning about some ish that don't even matter. Trying not to cuss. So, and you know what? I talked to her and apologized for my part, and she had a bit of a smug attitude. But this ain't why I made the video. I mean, I was in an interview today, and the lady had a real smug attitude about talking to me, like having to talk to me. As her boss was like, "I think we're bringing this guy on, and I want you to talk to him." She had a smug attitude, like, she better than me because, when she asked me when I'm working at a temporary agency right now, but that's all water on the bridge. I ain't gonna let her block my blessing. But again, don't be so smug. If somebody trying to apologize for they wrong and you wrong, accept their apology and go and apologize. That's number one. 2, don't be so smug. It always gets rubbed in your face. I used to be that guy. I used to be real smug at times about certain situations, and it got rubbed in my face big time about 10 years ago. So I learned this lesson, but I felt like somebody need to hear it. And if you want to get at me on my page and say, hey man, I'm happy to explain the situation for you and tell you exactly what I'm talking about. But for real, don't be so smug. Don't be such a-hole. Really, it's too much of that going on now. If we all treat each other a little better, it'll get a little better. Jesus Christ. Y'all, excuse me, man. I'm trying to find a parking space. That's my own job, man. Pulling in here, I can't even. I know everybody ain't back on time. Hell no.
Okay, so this man Legion, first off, pictures dropped to him. Baby, this is the man she was talking about being tall, dark, and handsome. This is the man that she was afraid he wasn't actually gonna look like his pictures. Look, I'm not one to clown looks, okay? I went through experiences in life where people talked about me and the way I looked. So I am very, very sensitive to that. But girl, this man could use an exfoliator, a trim, a facial cream, something. Like, this is the man that she was afraid that he was not going to actually look like his pictures. This is the man she was describing in the first few parts, where she done said he's tall, dark, and handsome. He looked exactly like his pictures. He was fine. I know this ain't the man she's talking about. And this man has been on social media running that mouth. Apparently, he and his new girlfriend are in a fight. Also, apparently he's been applying for jobs and them jobs don't want to hire him because, I mean, baby, they know he a scammer. They know he a scammer. So them jobs don't want to hire him now either. So that's been another big issue that he's apparently been having with the jobs. And there's been a lot of reports. Lots of reports. Also, the first wife's son has stepped in as well, and he was basically like, "Yeah, I got into an altercation with that man because he was lying on my mom. He was lying." So this man Legion is like he is really out here right now. He is really out here right now. And I'm looking like, girl, this is the man? This is the man? Baby, I was expecting some, I don't know, Idris Elba. I don't know. I was expecting something. Oh, this is the man? Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Child. Now, like I said, the full Risa Teesa breakdown will be coming. I've been taking notes. Okay, I'm on where am I? Part 30 something. So I'm getting there. But Wendy Williams. That's our part 4 today. Wendy Williams. So Wendy Williams documentary came out, and it also has been revealed that Wendy Williams is suffering from primary progressive aphasia and frontotemporal dementia. So she was diagnosed actually last year, but the disease is progressive. I'm going to go ahead and read here from a People article. And it says Wendy is publicly addressing her diagnosis for the first time. In a statement exclusively obtained by People on Friday, Williams, 59, thanked fans for their overwhelming support in the hours following the news. I want to say I have immense gratitude for the love and kind words I have received after sharing my diagnosis of aphasia and frontotemporal dementia, she said. Let me say, wow, your response has been overwhelming. The messages shared with me have touched me, reminding me of the power of unity and the need for compassion. She basically says she hopes that others benefit from the story, but that she does need personal space and peace to thrive. So, her care team announced this diagnosis on Thursday, and in the press release, the talk show's team does say, or her team says, that the diagnosis has presented significant hurdles in her life. While she can do many things for herself, she definitely needs help. I have read that she is also in a care facility, and she does have a court-appointed guardian. So, according to Mayo Clinic, aphasia robs you of the ability to communicate, and it can affect your ability to speak, write, and understand language, both verbal and written. The group adds that the condition typically occurs suddenly after a stroke or a head injury, but can also come on gradually from a slow growing brain tumor or a disease that causes progressive, permanent damage, degenerative. Sorry, y'all. The words is not wording tonight, okay? So, FTD is an all-encompassing term for a group of brain disorders that threatens the frontal and temporal lobes of the brain. This means that parts of these lobes atrophy, and the shrinking of these areas can cause speech issues, emotional problems, and changes in personality. Some of the other symptoms are loss of motor skills, swallowing, muscle spasms, and patients that get this do start to notice symptoms around 40 to 65, but it can affect people who are younger. It's the most common form of dementia for people under 60. And remember, Wendy's 59. So, Wendy also has had some other health issues, including Graves' disease, lymphedema, and she also admitted to alcohol abuse. Um, but yeah, so she did enter a facility in April of 2023 to treat cognitive issues and has been appointed a court appointed legal guardian. So yeah, her family has come out. Her sister Wanda and her niece Alex have said they have seen a positive change in her condition, though they were unaware of her FTD diagnosis due to limited contact they have with Williams in the facility. And I guess she's in an undisclosed location, and her family has been unable to contact her because of the guardian's rules, which require Williams to reach out first from a blocked phone number. So, I mean, again, we remember that it was her that Wendy's bank accounts were taken over, that she didn't have control of her life, but we didn't know why. So basically, it is confirmed that she has dementia. And I think a lot of people have a lot of feelings on this, and I'm not gonna get into did she deserve this? Does she not deserve this? Because I don't really think that's a good place to stand on. I do think, obviously, Wendy Williams is someone who has devoted her life to speaking, to talking, to being in the public eye. And I think for her to get a form of dementia that younger people tend to get, I do think that is very jarring. I think that's crazy to hear, you know? I think so many of us grew up with Wendy Williams, like the Wendy Williams. And so to hear that she has dementia and know that dementia, it is brutal, you know? It is absolutely brutal. It really takes away from you. Um, I think that's a really crazy thing, in my opinion, to hear. I think having something that's robbing her of the ability to communicate, to talk, to be that host, And I mean, to take her out so young, it's, I don't know. I don't know what to say on that. And I think that I have not watched the documentary yet. I do think the documentary will likely have many, many more things to it. But I do think that overall, it is crazy to hear that. So I do think Wendy, overall, obviously, you don't want to hear about anybody suffering. You know, they say she's in a care facility. I don't know how that's going for her, but I do hope that she's getting the care she needs. And I think, obviously, with dementia, the real biggest thing you can say is hopefully her quality of life continues to be good, you know? Um, yeah, so that's definitely tough. That's definitely tough. Um, and our last part today is part 5, and this is about Boo Boo the Fool, DDG, Halle Bailey's dusty baby daddy. He basically came out and did an interview where he was like, the baby wasn't planned, it just kind of happened. And for me, I'm like, when the heck will this man stop talking? This man, I mean, like, seriously, like Simone Biles' husband, these kind of men are always out here just embarrassing their partners, embarrassing them, embarrassing them, embarrassing them, embarrassing them. This man does not like Halle, right? This man does not like Halle. I think this man is happy to be a father, but why is this man constantly exposing her? If we remember, even when the pregnancy was announced, prior to it being announced, he had basically shown the baby in the car. And he had leaked photos of Halle pregnant. This man, I don't know. I think a man that doesn't respect you and your boundaries does not like you. And it's sad because Halle's like 23, 24 years old. She's very young. And I think she has yet to learn that lesson, that a man that's constantly trying to expose you, a man that doesn't respect your boundaries, is not a man that loves you, a man that wants you, a man that's interested in you. So for me, I just feel like this man needs to shut up. Shut up. Like, why is he talking? Every time this man comes on the scene, he's saying something. Y'all, but that's what I got for you today for today's pop culture roundup. As I said, this will definitely become a regular feature on the channel. And if anybody would like to submit anything, I do have my little info on my page. You can also just make comments and I will see them. But definitely submit anything that you're interested in. This is a test run, so I know it's going to be a little rough. It's going to be a little rough, but I promise it's going to be better next week. Okay? But if you watched until this point, please like, share, comment, subscribe, turn on that notification bell. I've been forgetting that one, but please turn on the notification bell so y'all see my videos. And I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.